Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Techno Talks here. So today I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts on the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE after around 2 weeks. So I've had this device for around 2 weeks and I'll basically be telling you guys if you should buy this device right now, and I will talk about the competition to make my opinion on this topic. So let's go ahead. Let's begin and let's talk about some of the things I've really enjoyed about this device over the course of 2 weeks. So far, I'm really enjoying this device. Mainly, I enjoy the design, build quality. You know, it might be made out of polycarbonate. However, this device just feels very nice in the hands, especially that matte feeling in the back. And overall, the design, the look, the camera placement, and whatever, it's all very nice. So, there are a lot of pros to this device. We have the Snapdragon 865 chipset, which is a flagship chipset. So no issue there. Whoops, I don't know what was going on right there. Okay, so we have the Snapdragon 865 chipset. So that is the flagship chipset. We have 6 gigabytes of RAM, and overall, that is pretty much it. It's basically everything you'd get in a flagship phone. Maybe the RAM amount, you might get like 8 or 12 gigabytes on flagship devices. However, 6 gigabytes is still pretty much good enough. I have had some issues though. Let me go ahead and talk about those. Some cons, as I said, we have 6 gigabytes of RAM, and this phone for some reason is not able to keep those apps open in the background. If you haven't checked out my speed test videos with this device, you might see that this device has failed to keep apps open, which is pretty disappointing for a phone that's around $700 USD. Another thing that I really enjoy about this phone is the display. Overall, we have a full HD plus screen. It's not 4K or 2K. It's not 1440p, so nothing too major. However, as you guys might know, Samsung already caps their devices at 1080p resolution when you turn on high refresh rate at 120 hertz. So it's not too big of a deal for me, and it's probably not a deal breaker for a lot of you guys out there. So that's pretty much what I like about the display and the design. And now let's move on to the cameras. Cameras, we have a triple camera setup right here with a flash, if you can see them right there. Overall, they look pretty nice. The placement is really nice as well. It's basically where it is on the other S20 series. And overall, I've had a pretty nice experience with it. You can record 4K 60 FPS on the rear camera, and you can record 4K 60 on the front camera, which is really nice as well. Overall, let me go ahead and do this. Overall, the camera quality, I've taken some pictures. I've taken tons of pictures, actually, and I've taken a whole bunch of videos with this device. I really enjoy using it. There are some flaws when comparing it to the S20 series. However, well, the flagship series of the S20, but that is to be expected. It is better than most devices at this price range anyways. So now let me go ahead and compare some devices to this device. As you guys might know, the iPhone 12 recently released. They have a device that is at $700. However, that device, I don't think it's a comparison to be made with this device since it is such a small device. However, if we are talking about only price, we could do that. But right now, I'm going to be comparing the iPhone 12, which most people have had the chance to review. So when compared to the iPhone 12, this device is actually very similar to it. However, the only flaw or the only con that it has would be the design, or the build quality at least. The design is really nice. It would be the build quality. We have Gorilla Glass 3 for the front display, which is not the best, as you guys might know. Gorilla Glass 7 came out, or Gorilla Glass Victus, as you might like to call it. And when compared to all those, Gorilla Glass 6, Gorilla Glass 5, this is definitely way worse than those. So it's not as scratch resistant as the other ones that have been recently released. So that is one of the cons of it when compared to other devices at this price point. And also, the back is not glass. Some might consider that a pro. Me personally, it doesn't really matter. Still, the only thing that matters is that it feels nice, and it definitely does feel nice in the hand. And it is more shatter resistant since it is plastic. You might get more scratches, which is a con. However, as I said, more shatter resistant, which is honestly a better thing to have than not having it at all. So that's about it. In my 2 week period, some other thing that I might like to add would be the battery life. And overall, I've had some pretty nice battery life with this phone. I get around 6 to 7 hours a day on normal usage, and then if I go ahead and start gaming a lot or just use it constantly full brightness, I get around 4 to 5 hours and 120 hertz turned on. Also, I leave my devices usually at high performance mode, so that does eat up a lot more battery as well. So if you went ahead and turned all those off, went to 60 hertz, turned down your brightness, or just put it on adaptive brightness, and you also turned off high performance mode and put it on optimized or adaptive so it can change it depending on your usage, you would definitely get around 7 to 8 hours on this device easily. So battery life, great. We have a 4500 milliamp hour battery in this device, and so far it hasn't let me down. It lasts a whole day for me, and sometimes I even have battery left over during the night. So those are basically all the things that are needed to talk about this device. And if, since the question is, should you buy this device? I'd say definitely go ahead and buy this device. This device is really nice for the price point. It's a perfect device for around $700, and you will not be disappointed. There are some other options like the OnePlus 8T that recently released, or the OnePlus 8, and as I said, the iPhone 12. The only other device that I would suggest from those, or the Google Pixel 5, would either be the iPhone 12 and maybe the Pixel 5. The Pixel 5 in this, the Pixel 5 is worse. I'd say that. I do enjoy this phone more. It has the better chipset. It performs better. But if you really want stock Android, you could go and buy the Pixel 5. However, as I said, the only other device that you should buy if you don't want this phone right here at this price point, you could go ahead and buy the iPhone 12, maybe the 12 mini. So that wraps it up for this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.